Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Youth Education System You Will You Can. This is Gargi Shekhar and I'll be discussing about the diesel engine, the 4-stroke diesel engine cycles and many more components of the diesel engine. Basically the diesel engine works on the fuel which is termed to be diesel, which is very volatile in nature. So we'll be discussing about the diesel engine working. First of all, understand the components of the diesel engine. Here you will observe there is a cylinder block, cooling jacket. At beneath there is crankcase which is filled with oil. It's also called as oil sump. Then is the cylinder head. The cylinder head covers the cylinder block airtight. Then is the two valves. The first valve is termed to be the inlet valve and the other one is termed to be the outlet valve or the exhaust valve. It is driven by the camshaft, which is being operated with the help of crankshaft. Now this body, which is now being called as piston, has piston rings. There is a fuel injector at the top of the cylinder head and injector nozzle is there. Then comes the crankshaft, that is the crankshaft web. This moves and regulates the rotation of the crankshaft. Now this is the connecting rod. The big end is connected to the crankshaft and the small end is connected to the piston with the help of gudgeon pin. Gudgeon pin is also called as piston pin. Then is the TDC and BDC. The TDC is termed to be the top dead center and the BDC is termed to be the bottom dead center. There is combustion chamber and the exhaust port. Now this is the basic component of any diesel engine. Now we will be looking forward that how this strokes are working. There are basically 4 strokes. The first stroke is intake or suction stroke. In the suction stroke, the oil from the oil sump is taken up towards the combustion chamber. The piston moves down from TDC to BDC during the intake stroke. During the intake stroke, the intake valves open, as you can see here in the video. Now you'll observe that the intake valve opens up, allowing the gases to pass. The intake valve during the intake stroke allows fresh air from the atmosphere into the engine cylinder. The motion of the intake valve is controlled by the camshaft and this camshaft is connected with the crankshaft with the help of timing gears. Similarly, the exhaust valve remains closed during the intake stroke and this exhaust valve is controlled by the camshaft, which is controlled by the timing gears attached through the crankshaft. As you can see here, these both valves are having springs. These springs are termed to be the valve springs. These springs are basically there to move the valves easily as per the movement of the camshaft. Now see, as this intake valve opens, the downward motion of the piston creates partial vacuum inside the cylinder. Now as you know, the vacuum is to be filled by the gases or the fresh air. So this partial vacuum is actually sucking the outside air or the fresh air, which is also termed to be the charge, towards the engine cylinder. Now the combustion chamber is having a lot of pressure and thus the pressure difference generated from the downward motion of the piston pulls the air molecules into the cylinder. Now these molecules are being there with the help of movement of the piston. It is filling up the cylinder block. The piston moves down until the BDC is reached. You can observe the cylinder block is having the coolant inside the cooling jacket. These cooling jackets are actually maintaining the temperature of the engine cylinder. Otherwise, there will be a very high temperature up to 1600 degrees centigrade. Now, as the charge of air is filled, the intake valve closes at the end of the intake stroke. The end of the intake stroke takes place when the piston reaches the bottom dead center, that is the BDC. Now you are observing that the fresh air is filled between the TDC to BDC, that is the combustion chamber is filled with fresh air. Now the piston starts to move upward. When it is moving upward, the next stroke starts, that is the compression stroke. The compression stroke is actually very important as it is compressing the air which is present inside the combustion chamber. The piston moves from BDC to TDC during the compression stroke. The charge taken in the cylinder is compressed by the piston during this stroke. The entire charge of the cylinder is compressed to a small volume contained in the clearance volume of the cylinder. If only air is compressed in the cylinder, as in case of diesel engine, the fuel is injected at the end of the compression stroke. The ignition takes place due to high pressure and temperature. If the mixture of the air and fuel compressed in the cylinder and the mixture is ignited, after ignition, the tremendous amount of heat is generated, causing very high pressure in the cylinder. During compression stroke, both the valves remain closed. This isolates the combustion chamber from the ambient air. You can observe that during this stroke, there is no inlet valve open. The compression rises and the pressure and temperature of the air is again rising. The compression ratio is ranging between 12:1 to 22:1. Sometimes it ranges from 14:1 to 22:1. Now as the air is being compressed, the compression stroke is taking place. There are certain special features as the engine has high compression ratio ranging from 14:1 to 22:1. During compression stroke, the engine attains high pressure ranging from 30 to 45 kg per centimeter square. At the end of the compression stroke, the fuel injector injects metered quantity of fuel in finally atomized form into the cylinder. It has very high pressure ranging from 120 to 200 kg centimeter square. The ignition takes place due to heat compression only. There is no external spark in the diesel engine. The diesel engine has better slogging and thus the power stroke starts. At the power stroke, you must understand that during the power stroke, the high pressure developed due to the combustion of the fuel causes the piston to be forced forward and backward in regular interval of time. The compression raises the pressure and temperature of the air to match the auto or the self-ignition temperature of the diesel. The connecting rod with the help of crankshaft transmits the power to the transmission system. You can observe here that there is a charge of fresh air or the air and the atomized fuel, that is the diesel which is in atomized forms. These fuel molecules absorb the heat from the surrounding hot air and vaporize. This results into combustion of the subsequent generation of energy. You can observe the yellow droplets or the atomized fuel is very volatile and highly igneous in nature. So when this charge is fed in, it starts the power stroke. It starts to combust easily. Both the valves are closed during this stroke. Now the combustion starts, as you can see in the figure. The combustion is starting, and during the combustion there is tremendous amount of heat produced. This amount of heat is sufficient to start the mechanical work of the engine. The combustion of the fuel generates energy. The thrust produced due to the combustion of the fuel pushes the piston downwards from TDC to BDC. When the piston is at the top of its strokes, it is said to be the top dead center. When the piston is at the bottom of its stroke, it is said to be the bottom dead center. In two-stroke cycles of engine, both the sides of pistons are effective, which is not in case of four-stroke cycle. Now, while talking about the diesel engine, the basic element of the diesel engine are the same as in case of spark plug, but the method of fuel introduction and ignition are different to great extent. As you can see here, at the end of the ignition engine, because of the ignition, fuel takes place due to heat compression. Diesel engine is equipped with fuel injection pump and injectors. The injectors protrude into the combustion place to the space of engine. This downward movement of the piston provides positive driving energy to rotate the wheels, and during driving energy is channeled to the wheels through an array of complex mechanical parts. For operation of the diesel engine, the piston is placed inside the cylinder and it is attached to the crankshaft through the connecting rod. The piston is moving upwards and downwards, and this up and down motion of the piston is changed into rotary motion of the crankshaft by connecting rod. The flywheel is attached to the rear end of the crankshaft. This makes the shaft revolve uniformly when the engine is running. The cylinder is tightly closed at the top by the cylinder head. The combustion of the fuel produces residue gases having high temperature and pressure. Now, this high temperature and pressure is exerting the exhaust stroke. As we talk about the exhaust stroke, combustion of the fuel produces residue gases having high temperature and pressure. This high temperature and pressure is actually generating different types of burnt gases. The exhaust gases go through the exhaust valves during this stroke. All the burnt gases go out of the engine and the cylinder becomes ready to receive fresh charge. The inlet valve is closed and exhaust valve remains open during this stroke. Thus, it is found out that all four strokes there are only one power stroke and three idle strokes. You can see here the gases are composed of the unburnt fuel particles and a number of harmful pollutants like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogenous oxides like NO2, NO3, hydrocarbons and sulfur oxides, which are very poisonous in nature. So all these gases can wear and tear the inner lining of the cylinder. Thus, it is very important to move out all these gases through the exhaust valve. The piston starts to move from the BDC to TDC during this stroke, and the upward movement of this stroke causes the movement of the exhaust gases outside as shown in this video. You can observe here the intake valve remains closed during the exhaust stroke and the exhaust valve opens during the exhaust stroke. This allows smooth disposal of all the gases into the exhaust port and further downward to the exhaust system. As you can observe here, all the gases or the residual gases, the unburned gases, are moving out. It is very important to get out all these gases outside the combustion chamber, as if it remains inside, it will cause great harm to the cylinder. The upward motion of the piston and the pressure differences between the cylinder and atmosphere drive the exhaust gases out during this stroke. You can see it is going through the exhaust system. Now observe it, while the piston is moving upwards, it is exerting all pressure to move all these gases out from the exhaust port, and still the intake valve remains closed. Then it comes to the muffler. You can see the exhaust gases are channeled through the exhaust system to be purified and muffled before being released to the atmosphere. The exhaust system plays a very vital role in moving out all the residual gases so that there is no carbon deposits at the cylinder lining. Thanks for watching. This was Gargi Shekhar.